unless you're actually running for office, and I'm not.
You're not.
So I like.
And I doubt you ever plan to. Don't do it. It's for us. You have to be a certain like kind of sickness. You have to have a certain. It's a sickness.
I was an engineer in school, so I just studied that, and I maybe not.
Do we know if
Mr. Taylor's here. I mean, you could. Who do you want to be? Pick your.
Let's see. Is it your prayer?
I think so. Mr. Barnes, would you?
Okay, I'll call this meeting to order. All three commissioners are present. The notice of the meeting was properly posted on September 16th. Our prayer and pledge will be led by Mr. David Barnes.
Father God, we're again thankful to have opportunities to serve others. And Lord, I just pray that we will do that in the heart and the mindset that, Lord, you have served us through your Son. Pray, Lord, that we'll see situations through your eyes. We'll operate in your strength and your power, and Lord, not to our own. I thank you for the commissioners and others who'll be making decisions. I just ask that you would give them your grace and their direction, Father, in the deliberations. Help us again to be seen as servants, Father. We just love you, praise you, and thank you for all that you do. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, David. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of September 7th?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We've had three citizens wish to speak, and they asked to speak before we addressed any items on the agenda. First up, we have Councilwoman Kathy Cummings.
Whoa. Let me try and fix this. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Kathy Cummings. I'm the former mayor of the City of the Village, and I currently serve on the Village City Council. I recently received a flyer from Commissioner Calvi regarding what to do with $150 million of federal ARPA funds. And in Commissioner Calvi's own words, he said, "It seems to me that we should build a new jail with our federal funds, but I would like your input." The flyer goes on to say to email Commissioner Calvi personally with suggestions and ideas, But just so that I can get it on record and in full transparency, I'd like to address the entire Board of Commissioners. And that's why I'm here, to advocate and present my case for the city of the Village. I sat down with my city manager, Bruce Stone, and we came up with this list of drainage and sewer projects that our city is in dire need of. But we don't have the funds to complete these projects. The village is receiving approximately $1 million of the federal funds, but it will only cover one of our drainage projects. So I do have a list, and I'm just going to run through it very quickly. There are 7. So number 1, the village storm drain improvements from Brighton to Downing is $561,000. Number 2 is improvements from Westchester Drive to Brighton. It's $543,000. Number 3 is Nichols Road drainage improvements from Andover to Britain, $508,500. Manchester Drive to Greystone, $500,000. Quail Circle, $230,000. Upgrade sewer outfall line from Carlton Way all the way to 115th Street is $1.2 million. And number 7 is 740 feet of 8-inch sewer line replacement from Carlisle between Stratford and Greystone is $60,000. Now, these are all estimated costs that come up to approximately $3.6 million. And in all honesty, I'm only asking for 2.4% of the money that you've all received. And if I could just add one more quick comment, I sit on the board of directors at ACOG, and I want to encourage my colleagues from other municipalities in Oklahoma County to present and advocate for their needs as well. So thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I'll see you at the next meeting with a couple of the other mayors and council people from some of the other cities in Oklahoma County. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And I do have a list of these drainage projects, and if I could present it to you that you could pass out with my contact info. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sean Cummings.
Good morning, everybody. I had kind of an idea that I'd like to propose to you before we look at building a new jail. If we set up a $15 million bail fund, there's a way that we could word that where it would look like it was infrastructure because we wouldn't have to spend the money on infrastructure. But we could get 500 people out of the jail. And if it was government organized and government run, you would have oversight. And it's basically 10% of the money you got in versus spending a whole $150 million on the jail. It would get the jail down way below their numbers, which would help with their employment problems that they have. If it was small enough, you could move people to one part of the jail while repairing and fixing the other part of the jail. Now, that money isn't actually spent. It's a revolving fund. And yes, you're going to have some people not show up, but it's a guarantee to get poor people out of the jail, which is the biggest problem there. And I believe you all have the ability to actually do this. Rather than spend the money on another jail, you cannot build your way out of incarceration. Use that money on a mental health facility, and let's get the people out of there that don't need to be there. $15 million, all we're asking for. Thanks now.
Okay, Paul. And I'll let you state your last name for the record so that I don't.
It's Paul Terlecki. I'm sorry. Handwriting's horrible.
No
I don't
problem.
need any money. I just want you guys to vote no, like the planning commission recommended on the PUD on Waterloo and Penn. We got no utilities up there. They didn't even reach out to Deer Creek Water and see if there was service there. There's no service there. So it's pretty much a non-starter up there for doing high density housing and commercial. They got no utilities, no reason for commercial developments up in that area at all. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Since you're here for that item, Tyler, you want to go ahead and address that, and then we'll resume the agenda since we have a citizen here.
Yeah, let's see. What item? Agenda item
33, I believe.
33, yes. This is so you can hear me. This is a plan unit development, PUD, that was submitted to the Planning Commission last month in August. PUD is a plan development process where this particular gentleman wanted to have residential and commercial, not necessarily to intermingle, I would say adjacent to the property. The Planning Commission recommends that this item be denied based on the reason the gentleman just spoke to. One of the things that does not agree with the master plan for that area and the smaller lots, the half-acre lots, I think is what he had planned. But he had also not done their homework on the water utilities and things like that. So the Planning Commission is requesting that you reject this item. There was also at least 20%, greater than 20% people protesting. And according to the statutes, the vote by the Board of County Commissioners must be unanimous for this process. And that's the reason why it's being brought before you.
Okay, is there anybody else here to speak on this item? Seeing none,
I will move that we go along with the Planning Commission and deny this application.
I'll second.
okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, and thank you, Paul, for your time to come down here today.
Thank you, Mr. Telecki, and thank you, Tyler, and all your staff.
Okay, back to our consent agenda. Is there any individual consideration? If not, is there a motion?
Claims.
Oh, I apologize. I wanted to get ahead. Okay. Is there a motion for the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now the opening of the bids.
Bear with us this morning, we've got quite a few. Yep. Okay, the first one we're going to do is our online auction services. It's CW 22064. And the first one we have is this one. Unisabid, pardon me. Where you want to put them? Okay. Next one we have is Dakel Auctions. Is that good enough? I love how these are always sealed up so nicely. Zachary Corbett. That's better to use fingers. Graham Auctioneers. Did they submit two? Okay. Another one from Graham Auctioneers. Purple Wave. I like those the best. Those come open easy. Where is it? Govdeals.com. Oh, interesting. Gov. And the last one in this category is Jacob Harrington with Big Iron Auctions. And that's those. Moving on to the next one is our Retirement Investment and Administrative Services rebid P21120-19. And we had 3 bids for this. The first one is BOCC Financial. Wow. And this one is, where is it? Save date. Okay. And as you can see, this one came in a little bit, not very good, but we were able to look it up on the barcode, and it's, if I'm pronouncing it correct, it's Alerus, Alerus. So this is the way we received it. So I'm not going to do too much because we're going to have that stuff everywhere. So, and that's, what's that? It is open.
Oh, okay.
So those are those 2 categories, and on to the last one. This is for this is P22930-01 for District 3, Covell Road Professional Consulting and Engineering Design Services. And the first one is Team Design, TEIM Design, PLLC. Hoff Associates Inc., HALFF. Guernsey. Smith Roberts Baldeschwalder.
Baldeschweiler.
Thank you. I can do the Smith Roberts part. Freeze and Nichols. Earl's Engineering and Inspection Incorporated. Poe and Associates, Inc. Guy Engineering Services. Yeah, they taped it all the way. And the last one is Meshek and Associates, LLC. And those are your bids for this morning.
Okay, is there a motion they be tabulated and returned?
I'll move they be tabulated and returned.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Chantel?
Good morning, Commissioners. I have before you 2 items for discussion today, and then you will have the ability to award today or reject or whatever action you deem would be appropriate for our P22920-02 XXX roadway construction project. So this is item 4 and item 5. We received 1 bid on this roadway project. That bid was from CP Integrated Services for $1.7 million. I'm just kind of rounding, and I have the exact numbers, and I think you may have them before you. The engineer's estimate amount for this project was 1.4. So this bid came in quite a bit higher than what we anticipated through the different research over the years that we've been working on this project. My office did conduct reference checking, We took a look at any litigation and over the past 5 years. We contacted ODOT, several different contacts with ODOT, just to confirm references. It's a very good company, well-known in our area. And the subcontractors that they're proposing are also verified well subcontractors as well. So there are many different components to this project that I think you should consider before any recommendation to award or reject. And Stacy's going to help me present that this morning, much of it being our restrictive guidelines for the FEMA grant that we have. Stacy, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think the bids were probably high because of all the federal requirements that these vendors aren't used to dealing with. Also, when we talked to the ones that did not turn in a bid, many of them were just too busy and couldn't meet our schedule because they're having trouble with workforce issues and bonding capacity, that sort of thing. Actually, one of the bidders is going to become a sub for this contractor. So I think if we went and tried to rebid it, from talking to these folks, they wouldn't bid again either. So we're kind of out of time on that. So we do need a decision today. And the only other option we have is force account. We did get permission from the state to do that, but there's a lot of pros and cons to that as well. So I think I sent all of you an analysis on that. So you're saying this bid would not rebid? Is that what you said? Oh, this person might. Of course. Oh, okay. But the rest of them. Yeah, okay.
I don't think you should expect any lower dollar amounts if we were to rebid, just because of the constraints on time, bonding, those different things that the contractors are dealing with right now.
Right. Yeah, the number's more likely to go up than down.
Right. And can you remind us on it is a pretty short time frame with the federal funds that we have for this project, correct?
Yes, we have to be completely done with audits by August 2022. Yeah. So we're down to 11 months left.
Right. And, it wasn't very, you put it out for bid just as soon as we found we were getting the funds. So it's just a very short window.
Yes.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, that was with us proceeding forward, even with some pending litigation, which thankfully we won. Yeah. So we're right in having gone forward, but this is just following a long tradition of if anything could be complicated about this project, it would be. So that's where we're at on this. I think because of the constraints it would put on the District 2 crew, it would require additional help from each of your crews, which I'm aware of having been done on a similar project like this called Hogback Bridge, which was in District 1 about 20 years ago. But it takes a significant contribution of your crew's time as well as dominating the District 2 crew. And that's probably unrealistic given the timelines and the strict thresholds we have to meet to receive this FEMA grant reimbursement. Also, it would cause neglect on other projects that are front burner for each of you and as well as for me. So while it's painful financially and it may impact the treasurer's request, but I think we need to approve this, in my opinion. But I'm welcome to. It's a lot of money. You have any comments?
I wanted to hear from you since this is in your district and you've been working on this for so long. And I'd have to agree that I think it would take too much away from our crews to try to do this in the time frame. And so I agree with you.
Yeah, I do as well. And I think that we've done literally everything within our power to try to, get this going. I think that the certainly, federal dollars coming in have such restrictions on them that it's deterring some contractors from bidding on it. And of course, when you have fewer competition, you're going to have a higher price. And because they've got to look at how they deal with having the additional reporting and things like that. And then as well, the short time frame on getting it done. I think that just unfortunately creates a perfect storm that makes it such that this is the best option.
Okay, well then I'll move it.
Second.
Is item,
Item number 4 is recommendation for award.
And 5 is rejecting
Is
it?
rejected.
Okay, okay,
You can strike item 5 if.
okay.
All right, all in favor of item 4, say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion on item 5? If not, I'll move to strike it from the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. The blanket, no change?
No changes.
Is there a motion to approve the blanket?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now the consent docket.
I'll move we approve our consent docket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
District 1.
Item number 18 is to appoint our treasurer, Butch Freeman, to serve on the City of Midwest City TIF District 2 Board. Excuse me, they contacted me, their economic development manager contacted me last week and asked that we get this going so that they could approve this new TIF district. Is Mr. Freeman here? Okay. He has served on, it is to my understanding that he has served on, I know he serves on Oklahoma City TIF boards, and he has done this for Midwest City as well, so. I'll move the item.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
District 3.
Yeah, this is another project we're doing for the city of Edmond on Air Depot Road between Coffee Creek and half mile north of Sorghum Mill Road, which is where the city limit line is. And that'll be 100% reimbursement. Any questions? Then I'll go ahead and move it.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
County clerk. This is just an abstractor's bond from Chicago Title. Is there a motion?
Is it moved to receive? Yeah, I'll move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And another one from American Eagle.
Move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Court Clerk.
Commissioners, as you know, the court clerk's office has been working with the legislature to try to get a bill passed. We were able to get that passed approximately a year ago, where we get $20 on the civil side for each and every filing. We have accumulated close to $1 million in that fund now. We have put together a contract with BIS where they'll digitize our records. We currently have 1,200 to 1,500 citizens, sometimes up to 2,000 citizens coming with records. So if we can digitize, such as the clerk has done, how they've utilized their money, and they've been good stewards of it, we will be the same. We have promised the legislature that we will utilize this money strictly for records preservation, and that's what our plan is. We ask for you to approve this contract.
Does it put it all online?
Yes, it will, at what can be put online. We still have sealed records and things such as that nature, but what the public can see, the public will be able to see.
Great.
And they'll also, the first year, they will do it, and they'll utilize their staff, but then they will train our staff, and we'll bring in people utilizing some of these funds to keep digitizing.
Yeah, this is a good deal. Just one question. Will it be looped into OSCN? So like OSCN, there's some records that you can access already, and then many others that are not able to be accessed online. Will this system enable you to put those things online in OSCN?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
Great. Terrific. Any other questions? Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Mr.
Thank you,
Parkins.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. The next item is the annual emergency management performance grant. That is what funds my special revenue, and I make capital purchases out of that, therefore limiting or reducing greatly the fiscal liability on the general fund. And because of the Oklahoma County general fund allocation to my department, the match is already met, so there's no additional funding going out. And I would request that you approve these documents.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stacy. Yes, this is purchase of an easement for a bridge in Jones, District 1 bridge project. This is the third of 4 parcels. I'd recommend we purchase it.
If there's no questions, I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 25 is our pavement management system. All the data has been collected. They're working on analyzing it and getting it back to us. They ran into a little bit of COVID problems, so I need to extend the end date of their contract. I don't think it'll take them this long, but I only want to do the amendment once. Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And item 26 is a REAP grant in Woodlawn Park. District 2, I think, helped them with that drainage project. The improvement's now done satisfactorily, and this is the final resolution to close that project out. I'll be happy to move that item. Thank you for your help on that.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 27 is a request from a landfill operator to put a section line road, Rockwell, on reserve status. The map that you see through the area in red, it's already on reserve status to the south. Closed for Hobby Lobby some years ago. We have the Canadian River to the north. This goes through their landfill. If you're interested in entertaining this, today we'll set a public hearing date so they can do notice and the public can be involved. And I've got a recommended date for the public hearing. Is the applicant here? Yes. They may want to present some information. Go ahead, sir.
I have some visual aids.
Okay.
Might explain the situation a bit.
You can just hand it to him. He'll pass it down. We'll get one to the clerk. That's for the clerk.
Keith Gibson, I'm with the law firm of Williams, Box, Forshee, and Bullard. David Box and I have submitted this application on behalf of the client, Oklahoma City Waste Disposal. As you can see, they own a municipal landfill located east of Council, north of Southwest 29th, and west of South MacArthur. The area that we would like to place in reserve status, you can see I highlighted in red. My client owns property on both sides of that area. And the two neighbors to the south, which is Unit Drilling and Atlas Asphalt, will continue to have access to their properties, as you can see on exhibits 4, 5, and 6. Their properties are south of the reserved area, and they have access through 29th Street. This all started because of a landfill expansion that we started in 2020. At the present time, this landfill has about 10 or 12 years of useful life. With this expansion, we'll add another 10 to 12 years. This is the preferred landfill disposal site for Oklahoma City. They take in about 75% of the waste that's generated. We have obtained a city ordinance closing this section of Rockwell and filed a district court action to foreclose the city's right to reopen it. And we are now here before this board. As you can see from exhibits 2 and 3, this is a dirt road. It dead ends inside or into the landfill. There is no road from, you can see somebody made a turnaround to the left. There's no road from that turnaround to the southern boundary of the landfill.
Okay, any questions?
The only question I have is, were Unit and Atlas given notice of this proceeding, and have they objected?
They have received notice in the PUD.
Right, in the city, in the action to foreclose city's thing.
Any objection?
Okay.
Stacy?
They'll have to do notice again for this item and a recommended date of November 1st for the public hearing on this item. That gives them plenty of time to do their notice.
Okay.
And then it would come back to this body for a public hearing and a final action is what actions we need today.
All right, so first is what motion do we need to do? Set the,
If I could suggest first, if we can, I'll go ahead and move to receive the handout that the clerk now has a copy of from the proponent.
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I think you need to set the public hearing date for this item.
For November 1st?
No.
Is your recommendation for November 1st?
Yes.
Yeah, so we specify that.
Okay,
Is that a BOCC day?
okay. Without objection, is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anything further?
I don't think Gretchen's in the room. Is there another motion they need? What'd she say?
It's your item.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Okay, with
I
that,
think we're
good
good.
counsel, we'll go forward.
Thank
All
you.
right. Facilities maintenance.
Good morning. We currently have UBM workers, 6 that are doing disinfecting work in the annex to courthouse, the ICB and Metro Parking. We have funding through the end of September for them. And what I would like to do is have a discussion as to whether or not you want to continue the disinfecting effort. If so, at what level? We currently, with these 6 employees, spend $12,600 each month to have them here wiping down bowls, wiping down walls, buttons, door handles, and so on.
I certainly know on my floor, they're bored. I mean, they will go by and re-swipe my door handle several times when they know there's been nobody in or out because they're standing right there. But I know that they're concerned that they need to be looking like they're doing something since they're getting paid. But maybe on other floors there's a need, but I think on my floor, for instance, we could scale back. I just don't think we need them, but that's my opinion.
Could we go from 6 full-time to 3 full-time?
Yes, we can do anything you like
Okay.
with
Gretchen
with
said so.
funding.
Gretchen said so.
Good.
It's our item.
So originally, we brought this forward. This was a recommendation from, among other people, a request from the then presiding judge. And that was, right at the beginning of COVID. And of course, several months ago, CDC said, well, that's not really how COVID spreads. After not only us, but, millions of other businesses and governmental entities around the country, we're looking at doing this. So I'm not going to say it doesn't have any purpose at this point, because there are other contagions that can be transferred, but we weren't doing it before then. So I'm okay with Commissioner Bloomer's suggestion to take it down to 3, and then let's just see where we go from there. But that may be and I'd like to get a little bit more input from, some of our stakeholders about, that continued presence. But I do agree that the need for it seems less after the CDC came out with their guidance on it, for sure. And it is an expense. So maybe taking it down to 3 for now and then seeing where we go from there.
Is that your motion?
I'll move that we amend our contract with UBM.
Yes.
To have 3 full-time staff here rather than 6. So the current contract goes through September 30th. Is that what you said?
That's right. We have 2 weeks to
Okay.
make adjustments.
So beginning October 1st. So I'll move approval of that.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
MIS.
Good morning. I believe most of these are routine, just our final renewals for the fiscal year. The first one, Air Technologies, just for, there's a blanket that we open for repairs. And then one that we do for quarterly maintenance.
Okay.
I believe the OMES one would be for our primary internet lines for us and the OSU extension. That's routine.
If all these are routine, do you want to take them as a group, commissioners?
I'm fine with that if you all are okay with that.
Yeah, we're good with it. Yeah,
Okay.
the only other one, the Civic Plus one, is just it's a renewal for the assessor side. I think this should be the last one.
Okay.
And it's entirely possible we may not even need to see this all the way through and might be able to do a 30-day out on it.
Okay.
Because we're getting pretty close, I believe. Mr. Stein's here. I believe we're pretty close to. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will move approval of items 29, 30, 31, and 32.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 34.
Good morning. This is just where we are going to temporary transfer money into our funds to bank payrolls and things that we normally do each year about this time.
And does the approval of that item that I moved earlier affect this?
No,
Because that's 1.7.
not that I'm aware of.
That's a big not to be aware of.
Well, that's something that'll have.
That has been checked out and it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Well, they give you a bad time.
Yes, he is.
So I just have a question, I guess, for engineer. Does that not only leave us enough, of course, as indicated, to do this XXX contract, but that's going to still enable us to have, working capital. And I guess through mid-January, after the tax sale, that you all do a great job doing, by the way, Mr. Freeman, you and your staff. And you should have those, taxes being paid. You do a great job with the tax sale, but this is after the December 31 taxes are due. So you're expecting enough revenue coming in to repay all of this at that time.
Absolutely. So again, as you mentioned, our mortgage companies still pay 100% by 31st of December. So that's where we get the huge chunk of by December. So we still anticipate having no issue being able to pay you back. If not, no.
If not, we know where you live. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And we have good lawyers to go find it.
It's
Okay,
even scarier.
so
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Commissioner comments, District 1.
No comments today.
District 3.
It's a fantastic grand opening for the First Americans Museum this weekend. Brought wife and all 7 kids and went in, and it's a great facility. If you're used to seeing only the big mound that you can see kind of from the highway and all that, most of it is not visible from the highway. And I would strongly recommend that you go and take a look. It's a world-class operation, long time in coming. Thanks to all those involved in making that happen. And it was a great event, and it's a great museum. And I'll predict that it will very quickly become the largest tourist draw in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was good. I was glad to be able to be there. Okay, any new business? Is there a motion to recess into executive session?
I move we recess.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yes, I'll be there. Hey, Captain, are you gonna do like?
Is there a motion to return from executive session?
I move we return.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Action on item 37.
I move we approve a settlement in the amount of $398.42.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
38.
I move we disclaim subject to any unpaid property taxes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any other citizens to speak for the board? Okay, if not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You logged in? Okay, you ready? I'll call the meeting of the Public Buildings Authority together. All three trustees are present. Is there a motion to, it was properly posted on September 16th, by the way. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of September 7th?
I'll move we approve our minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll move we approve our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to receive the report of fees for the month of August for Metro Parking?
I'll move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 4 is the PBA monthly report of fees for the month of August.
Move to receive.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the cash fund appropriations for the debt service.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is there any citizens to speak before the PBA? Seeing none, are there any board comments? If not, is there any new business? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.